Hi, in this video, we will see the second method of applying row level security to a data model with many to many relationships. The method that we discussed in the last video, is very easy to implement. However, that is not generally recommended. The reason is applying the both direction relationship and the security filter will slow down the performance of your Power BI solution significantly. And on the other hand, if you have many tables in your model, we cannot always create bidirectional relationship for all the different models. So the recommended method is to use filtering through DAX, which we will discuss in this video tutorial. So let's go to Power BI. I have pretty much the same model as in the previous video tutorial, but instead of month, I have a date here. So let me show the data over here. So if you observe the data, instead of months, we have the date. So here I have removed the bidirectional relationship that was there between the teachers table and the courses table. And we will discuss how we can apply the DAX formula to achieve the same effect. If you notice, the problem that we had even before applying the bidirectional cross filtering is there is no filtering happening from the teachers table to the courses table. As you can see, the direction of filtering is the other way around. So because of that, whatever the user logs in, is filter will not be able to travel to the courses table and to the students attended table. So the logic that we will be following in this video tutorial is to use the DAX formula to filter the teachers table for all the related logged in users email. And then from the filtered teachers table, I'm going to select only the course IDs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the course IDs in this courses table that are there in this filtered teachers table. Okay. So once I have the filtered course IDs, I will be able to get the total number of students irrespective of whoever logs in. So let's go to the report view and create a model. So let me create a new role called a teacher. And remember that the problem that we have is the filters are not traveling from the teachers table to the courses table. So first we are going to go to the teachers table and we are going to filter the records for the logged in user. So in the DAX expression section, what I will say is I will say filter, and I need to filter the teachers table, and we need to filter only for the relevant email IDs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make use of a function, DAX function called related. I will just explain in just a bit how this actually works. So I'm going to select the teachers table, and within the teachers table I need to select the email column, and I'm going to say this is nothing but user principal name. And the related function requires that a relationship exists between the teachers table and the teachers table, and we already have that relationship. So what this piece of code does is it filters the teachers table only with the email ID where the user is logged in. Since a relationship already exists between the two tables, the teachers table will be filtered only for the logged in users. So let me go and close the function. So now we have filtered for the records that we want. Next, we also need to filter for the columns that we need. We need to filter for the columns because right now this filtered dataset has both a teacher ID and a course ID. And we need only the course ID because we are going to the other part of the relationship or the other side of the relationship. So to filter for the columns, you can make use of select columns function. So just say select columns just before the filter function, and select columns takes table as the first parameter, and the second parameter is the name given to the column that we are choosing, and the third parameter is the expression. So we already have the first parameter, which is the table, and the second parameter is the course ID. So that needs to be there within the double quotes. So let me write a course ID, and the third parameter is the column that I need to select from the filtered table, which is the course ID. So after we write the select columns function, the output of this entire expression will be the list of courses that the logged in user has taught. So this is the entire filter set, and this entire set of values we need to pass it to the courses table. So what we need to do is, you can say course ID column within the courses table in. Okay, so what this basically does is, this entire expression now filters the courses table only for the courses that the logged in user might have taught. So now I guess you'll be able to appreciate the reason why we wrote this entire DAX query expression within the courses table and not anywhere else, because we are ultimately trying to filter the list of courses for that logged in user. So now let me go ahead and save, and let me select a table. First I will select the date column, and I will select the number of students and enlarge it and change the visualization to a table. So again here, if we apply the view as roles, or if we apply this teacher role, it will not work because my logged in user is completely different. In Power BI desktop, to remind once again, it is taking the Windows logged in user. Okay, so to see the changes, I need to publish it. So let me go and publish, and in the Power BI service you'll be able to see the changes. In Power BI service, let me go to my dataset and go to security, and let me add the users Karthik and Mohit. So let me go and test the role. So here I get to see only 2 records because my ID is 3. So let me just show the data in Power BI. So if you see, my ID is 3 and I teach only the course ID 3. So here you have the record for 3 and here you have another record for 3. So for the course ID 3, if you check in the students attended table, we have only 2 records, one for March and the other for June. So now let me view as Karthik. And since Karthik has taught all the different courses, the 3 different courses, we are able to get all the different records. But if we go and check for Mohit, who has taught only courses 2 and 3, I will just show that in Power BI just a bit. We will get the courses only for February, March, May and June. And that's basically because Mohit has a teacher ID of 2, and so it is only reflecting the records for course ID 2 and course ID 3, which is nothing but February, March and May and June. In this video, we learned about the drawbacks of bidirectional cross filtering, and we have learned another way to implement row level security for models with many-to-many relationship. In the next video, we will talk about applying row level security to a model that has organizational hierarchy. Thank you.